Alchemical Records Newsletter by Daniel Warren Hill. Published May 19, 2022. I grew up in a military family. My mom was in the Air Force, my dad was in the Navy, my brother was in the Marines, and my grandfather was in the Army. There are certain aspects of military culture that are certainly ingrained in my psyche, like discipline, rank, and ceremony. Among other things, it helped develop a strong work ethic and daily routines that have certainly contributed to any success that I have experienced in life. I'm incredibly thankful for being exposed to the culture, even if I ended up taking the principles learned and applying them in a very dissimilar direction than in a career in the military. I had a very clear path toward the Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland, where I hoped to pursue BUD/S and become a Navy SEAL. The start of that journey was very much in my grasp and a destination I could readily see myself reaching. A variety of other circumstances in my life, combined with what I consider to be a world of infinite possibilities, led me to other places in my life. I will never forget the opportunity that was available to me, nor will I ever stop considering what other circumstances in my life would be different had I taken that road. Regardless, I will never regret the choice I made. I know I would not have developed into the same individual or begun building the same kind of legacy. Still, I will always have a special place for members of the U.S. Armed Forces and the commitments made to serving. I have joked with contributing writer for Alchemical Records and DMV recording artist Link Bradham that I feel I'm living a kind of parallel existence by observing and being connected to his musical journey. He is studied and proficient in piano, which was an instrument I spent time on when I was younger but let fall away once I got my hand on stringed instruments. I readily identify with his love for travel, culture, and language. His military service now finds him as an audio engineer in the U.S. Army Band, a feat that I admire generally, but find even more satisfying by seeing this unification between his commitments in the Army and in his own personal, creative career. I hope that you will enjoy the in-depth feature about Link's forthcoming album Learning, written by Cynthia Gross, and join us in celebrating the album's release with an epic night of premieres and live performances on Thursday, May 26, 2022, for the full learning experience with Link Bradham. Music has long been a part of military tradition, to the extent that at one point in history bands would actually be present on the battlefield itself. Because it was one method of communication for armies in battle, it was actually quite a dangerous assignment. The Washington, D.C. metropolitan area is filled with military personnel and civilian contractors for the military. The number of them who also have some creative outlet through music is probably staggering. Music is an excellent stress relief for listeners and musicians alike, and the healing properties of music are well documented for service members suffering from PTSD. With that in mind, I hope you'll join me in putting the annual Down in the Reeds Festival on your calendar. This year's event will be held on Saturday, October 8, 2022, and more details are available at www.downinthirds.com. Thanks for your support of the members of our armed forces, and for your support of Alchemical Records and the musicians we have the pleasure of sharing with you.